What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Back again. Happy Thanksgiving. Best Bet Show. What's up, Jack? What you doing, man?
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody, man. Just, back in it's a great time to be alive.
Yes, sir. Great time. We're not gonna waste your time. We know you guys got food to cook. Maybe you're watching this with your family. So we're gonna get straight to this breaking news. I guess when it rains, it pours. That's the old saying they always said. And for the 49ers, linebacker Warner, I guess he's been playing with a fractured ankle. He may still play. I don't know what's going on here with this 49ers team. It's so many injuries. Man, it's not looking good for them. They got the Bills this week in a Sunday night tough environment. It will be cold out there in Buffalo. Bills Mafia will be rocking. So I don't see them winning that game. What you think? This is just more bad news for the Niners, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I already picked them to lose this game against the Bills anyway. So this is just like another nail in the coffin for them. When I look at this Niners team, it really reminds me of my Eagles team from last year. Except, the Eagles team was getting sneaking some wins at the least. This team, I just don't see them even making the playoffs. I see them taking a lot of L's here on the home run stretch, and then really, and this might be a good thing for this team, just because now they'll be in a position to not have to necessarily pay Brock Purdy $60 million a year. Maybe you could pay him 40, get him on a Daniel Jones deal or something, and that'll give you some more wiggle room to pay some of the other guys on your team or acquire some free agents. I don't know. I'm just saying, in terms of the future, this team getting ready for next year, I don't know how they're going to do it, but them losing might actually put them in a better position to compete next year. That's what I think.
Yeah, I definitely agree. At this point, I feel like if you lose one of the, or you're gonna lose this game, but if you lose again in the next 2 weeks, you might want to start tanking. And I know a lot of franchises don't want to hear that. The fans don't want to hear that, but might as well try to get a good pick. Rest some of your guys up who are really banged up and injured. Trent Williams was banged up. Brock Purdy, man, and McCaffrey's just coming back off of a big injury as well. So he hasn't looked the same as we expected.
It's kind of like it's one of these situations where it's too many things on top of too many things. Not
Yes.
only, not only is was McCaffrey out, the Achilles issues and the ankles. Not only was Debo kind of in and out, not only was Kittle kind of in and out. Not only did Ayuk get lost for the whole year, but he got shot. Like there's just like that's a whole nother thing. It's
Right.
too many things. I think on top of all the underlying things they're already dealing with as a team, that it kind of gives them the excuse to mail it in a way. Now, I don't see this team as a team that's going to mail it in. I think they're going to just be losing outright anyway while they're trying. Um, but again, it's just so many things this team has to deal with. It's hard to focus
Yeah.
on winning if you got players getting shot by random people at signings and you got, there's just too much going on.
Yeah. Too much off the field distractions. You're right about that. We expected this here at MLG TV. You know what I'm saying? We said the 49ers were not going to have a good year. As you always say, Super Bowl loser is usually cursed. Only a few teams have broken that curse, but uh,
And I'm going to say this. And look, there's just too many players trying to do podcasts at the same time. And I know, oh, but we're talking on a show right here, right now. But I also am not playing in the NFL. I'm also not playing in the NBA. So I can just sit here and talk all I want. But at the same time, if I was playing in the league, I would most likely be focused on just becoming the very best at the position that I play. So when you have so many players just, deciding to, do YouTube or do this or do that, that's taking away from 100% focus on your actual goal. Again, I'm a player like a Kobe Bryant. So that's what I kind of go into when I think of sports. And if you don't have that type of mindset where it's all in, burn the boat, like how do you expect to win it? I think about the Cowboys, same thing. Very similar issues
Parsons.
there.
Mm-hmm.
It's just too much other stuff going on, and it's just they're not focused on winning now. They're kids, right? Or they're grown young adults, right? You should be able to enjoy life and do what you want, but you got to understand um, certain things come with that, right? You're not going to get the glory if you're enjoying life at the same time, right? You can't enjoy it. You can't have your cake and eat it too.
Definitely. You got to make sacrifices on the field and off the field to be a winner. So you're right. Kobe Bryant showed us that. He was always in the gym, even off the season, 5 a.m., waking up, still working out. And you talking about an all
Kobe
star.
wasn't doing a podcast, and if it was around, he still wouldn't be doing a podcast. Simple as that. That's the
Right.
truth.
Definitely. 100%. All right. Let's move along here. Daniel Jones. He has a new team. He's a backup for the Minnesota Vikings. And I think this is good for him. He's at least he's around a good coaching staff who can possibly put him in the best opportunity, I'm gonna say, on the field. Now we know he won't see much time unless Sam Darnold or something happens to him because he's the premier starter right now. But good for Daniel Jones. At least he has a team that was interested in him, and it's a playoff team where he wanted to go to a contender. What you think about this move for the Vikings?
You know, uh, it's a good move. It's a smart move, especially after what happened this last week, where it looked like what's his name, their quarterback now got hurt almost like his
Darnold.
his ankle or
Yeah.
yeah, Sam Darnold looked like his knee. You remember he got twisted up on a sack or something like
Yep.
that. But he got up and
Yep.
he kept like Mullins came in for a down and then came out. Now they have Mullins as a backup, and he's actually one of the best backups in the league. If you look at him statistically, like he knows how to get the rock to Justin Jefferson for sure. Like you don't see too many backups throwing for 300 yards like. But to bring in a Daniel Jones, bring in somebody that has a lot of starting experience does not hurt. And it's like a little project for them on the side too. Why not
Yeah.
rejuvenate this guy's career at the same time? Now, I'm not going to sit here like some of the talking heads on ESPN today, not to call out, ESPN, but like, just sitting there rolling their eyes, making it a joke. Like, man, you can't mess with someone else's career like that. No one's messing with your guys' careers, right?
Facts.
Making it like a joke. Like this guy didn't just put his blood, sweat, and tears out there for the city of New York every freaking Sunday. Now we can make fun of him all we want. I make fun of Daniel Jones all the time, but we're not gonna, destroy the man's name when he's now $100,000 on top to be on a practice team. Now, are we?
Right. And sometimes when you're in a culture and environment of losing, like what do you expect? He's doing the best he can do. He's around a bunch of losers, whether it's the GMs, the coaches, and just the mentality on the sideline. They're not used to winning. So
The Giants ain't won since Manning, man. So again, some of
right.
these teams are looking for a player to come in and change everything when it starts from the top
Exactly.
foundations, right?
Yes,
And
sir.
the Vikings, their offensive coordinator, it seems like everybody wants to play for him. All these different players are coming out saying how great it is and what he's done for all these things. So it could be nothing but a positive for Daniel Jones to be there for the rest of the year, learn something before he goes on to the next thing. Because we all know if he just went to another team and started on a crappy team and got blitzed and
It's
destroyed,
gonna be the same
everyone
thing.
would have something to say, right, about how weak and sorry he is and this, that, and the
Yeah.
third. But
Yeah, you can't blame one player, especially in this sport. He can have some type of impact on the negative end and
I
positive.
will say,
But
wait, time out. I will say I was talking about I'll bet against Daniel Jones at the beginning of this year and the whole way, right? I was saying as soon
but
as we saw preseason, but that's different.
yeah. But it's because he's on the Giants, too,
It's
as
because he's
well.
on the Giants. There's a lot that goes in
Yeah, so we'll see.
there.
Hopefully,
Shout out to Malik Neighbors. You're a beast, bro. You keep it up. You
yeah,
keep it up, young bull.
yeah. I hope they do some. I hope they do something for him.
And
He
shout out to Wandale Robinson too for the little guys out there running little scat routes like that. Shout out to Rondell Robinson. You're trying hard too, buddy. We'll give it to you.
Yeah, and honestly, we like the Giants this week. So what
Yeah,
are we
honestly,
talking
I'm talking
about?
a lot of crap, but we got Giants might look like a lock to me.
Well, speaking of Lock, Drew Lock is starting for the Giants. Let's talk about that real quick, and we'll just bring up the game. We'll start with this Thanksgiving Day games. So Drew Lock is starting for the Giants. Do you think this makes a difference here?
I think it does. Tommy DeVito, I don't know too much about him off of just I just know what I saw last year and this year, which wasn't much. Clearly that was just brought in because they were trying to lose. It's the most obvious play in the book. Drew Lock gives him a chance to win. He's a quarterback that's a fighter, if anything. So he's going to fight this whole game on Thanksgiving. So gives him a better chance to win playing Drew Lock. It's obvious. That's why everyone was so confused why they were bringing back Tommy DeVito outside of the
Mhm.
swag and the merch sales and whatever. The local community coming out to see Tommy DeVito. That was just a gimmick. There's too many decent players out there for you to bring that guy in just for the gimmick. It was to really intentionally lose a game, I feel like. With Drew Lock, they got a chance to win. So, it can be nothing but a positive, I feel like, for this team.
Yeah, 100%. And people are forgetting how bad this Cowboys team was before the upset victory last week. You got to remember that Washington defense is not that good. So I wasn't surprised Cooper
No.
Rush last week did what he did. He exploited that secondary. So now that Dallas coming home fat and happy, it's Thanksgiving. Yes, we like to take the home team in these short weeks. This is a little different here. Giants hate the Cowboys because they
It's a
always whoop their.
rivalry game.
So they always kill the Giants. It doesn't seem no matter what the circumstances is. So I lean Giants plus the 3.5. I think they win outright. I'm with you on this one just because it's a contrary to the whole world. And I like Drew Lock, man. I do like Drew Lock. He's better than Danny DeVito selling those Italian sandwiches. So.
Drew, Drew Lock sold me last year when he came in for the Seahawks and then they beat the Eagles. They sold me in that. He sold me in that game as somebody that could come in and do the job for a game or two at the
Right.
least. So that's what I expect him to do this week. Come in and do the job. Do what you got to do. The Giants have a better defense than the Commanders.
Yes.
They got offensive weapons sneakily. Uh, Obviously, Malik Neighbors, who we just talked about, Wandell Robertson, who we just talked about, who runs a lot of short little cut routes, security blanket, Tyrone Tracy stepping up as a rookie running back. And so I think Drew Lock has opportunity to step in. Now, the rule is better coach, better quarterback, right? We go with that team. Now, in this game, Cowboys might have the better coach just because he's won a Super Bowl. It wasn't Aaron Rodgers, but you got to give it to him. He won a Super Bowl. But do they have the better quarterback? I don't know. I don't really think Cooper Rush is a better quarterback than Drew Lock.
Yeah. That's a toss up. And then I think the factor here too is Dallas still does not have a run game. They can't run the ball,
They
man.
can't run the ball. What's up with that? What happened
And
to Zeke? What
I
happened?
know Zeke. I
Is this
haven't seen him.
is this what happens when you give dollars or whatever he got? Is this what happens?
Yeah,
Like when you give someone that doesn't have the real. But then again, we don't know what's happening personally to the guy, or in between going to the Patriots, and we don't know what's happened. We don't know the backroom conversations. We don't know who's been thrown off, mentally or anything like that. But just from an outsider looking in, just watching on a TV screen, it's like weird to see for me.
yeah, I agree 100%. He's at the end of his year. I think he just got his quick little
Not even
bag.
30. He's not even 30 yet.
Yeah, but you know how it is being a running back, man. Hitting
Yeah, I
hitting
mean,
those knees 4 or 5 years. You only Derrick Henry
we
is the one. I'll be like, how is he still out
I
there
was just
running?
gonna say we get spoiled by a player like a Derrick Henry or someone that bouncing back later years, like a James Conner, just who was good
Right.
early, but then a lot of injuries, so maybe he doesn't have as many treads on the tire. He's playing well, you know. Who am I thinking about? Well, Chubb just came back, but I don't know. It's just for somebody that started out so good, Zeke started out killing it.
Man,
He just couldn't sustain it, I guess.
Yeah, it's tough. So yeah, Cowboys, and mention this too. I know I said it the other day, but Cowboys 0-5 at home, so they're winless on the season at home.
Oh, 0-6.
0-6. Yeah, we
We'll
like
find out tomorrow, but and it's hard to tell people to bet on the Giants. I know
yeah,
if
yes.
anybody is trying to bet significant money, it's just like, why would you do it on the Giants?
So
But I'm just saying, you're going to be surprised. You're going to be surprised tomorrow, and then you're going to be like, damn, why didn't I? It's one of those scenarios.
so yeah. If you don't want to bet on the Giants, we're not telling you. You're not forcing you. But just be careful if you're betting on the Cowboys. That's what we'll say. That we'll say
Don't
that.
be surprised if it doesn't go your way.
Definitely. Let's go backwards one time. We skipped the morning game. We got the Lions -10 here, over and under 48 in the hook. Lions at home facing off against the Bears. Short week. These Thursday nights. I wish it was just one game, but it's Thanksgiving. It's only right. It has to be three. But I like the home team. This is the only way I can play it is the Lions. I know they're laying 10 points. It's tough to lay 10 points, but if I had to bet on a spread in this matchup, I think the Lions win and cover. They're 0-7 their last game, 7 games on Thanksgiving. I think the streak ends here. What you think about this game?
I'm a Caleb Williams guy. Um, I'm a DJ Moore guy. That's why I'm so surprised this year overall with the production and the mesh of that squad. And someone that self-proclaimed they're the best sports bettor in the country today. Hey, actually, he's talking about, and I gave it away that it's a guy, right? He was talking about um, the Bears have the opportunity for a backdoor cover here. I think the Bears are going to fight, and they're going to fight hard, but that still doesn't mean they're going to be able to cover them 10 points. you know, the Detroit has been blitzing, and when I'm saying blitzing, I'm not saying defensively blitzing. I just mean going out and just doing everything to any team they face this whole year. I don't see the Bears catching lightning in a bottle and winning this game, let alone covering those 10 points. That's just me. Is this something I'm going to be betting on? No, no way. I don't really care about this game at all. First, winning, like I just said, covering the 10, like I just said, they could lose by 13. They could lose by 14 and
Yeah.
still put up a good fight, right? I know Montgomery might be a little bit nicked up, but Gibbs is no joke on his own, and his team has a good defense. So the Bears are in for a struggle for sure. They're going to have to do everything that they can to stay in this game, which I expect them to do. But, at the end of it, I don't see them competing with this team.
Yes, it's Lions or nothing. It's the only way. And another trend for all you trend guys out there, Bears 0-4 away. So don't see that trend ending there. Um, let's move along. This is the best game.
Trends are meant to be broken, but maybe not yet.
Maybe not yet. I agree 100%. Short weeks too, man. Like we always say, it always benefits the home team because of the travel situations, less practice, and yeah, and we got a holiday, so
And Lions are in a dome.
man, yeah, tough for the Bears getting up and playing the Lions first game. Next game,
especially sorry, I'm interrupting you.
no, go ahead.
Especially after that loss they just had, where they could fought all the way back to overtime.
2 losses, 2 bad losses
know.
back to back.
It's just
Yeah,
a lot. It's just a lot.
yeah, you
They just
talking
need to get a
me?
new coach. This team just get Eberflus out. Just get him out of there. Get a new coach.
You talking me into end game in that one. Hopefully the Bears get an early lead or something. Um, last game on the slate, best game of the Thanksgiving Day games. We got the Dolphins on the road here playing the Packers. Packers -3 over and under 46.5. And this line has been bouncing around from 3.5 to 3. And I like the Packers. That's just me. I've been a Jordan Love guy this year. I know he's coming off that injury, but he's been doing better. And the main reason I like the Packers in this one, I think they're just going to run the ball, control the clock. It's going to be cold. And I know a lot of people Dolphins don't play well in the cold, and it's not just that. I just think the line for the Packers is going to control this game. Um, by the second half, it's going to be freezing. Maybe Dolphins do good first half, but by that second half, it's going to be late. Wisconsin, 10-degree weather. Give me Jordan Love and the Packers. Probably be a tight 3-point game. This line looks exactly right. So I'm going to go Packers here. What you think?
You kind of talked me into it with what you were saying. I forgot about, it is cold. We know Tua does not play well in the cold. He has been on a run, though.
Yeah.
He's been having an MVP style type of a run these last couple of weeks in terms of what he does for this team. It's night and day when he's in the lineup, how this team operates compared to when he's not. Overall, I just think Packers are a better team. That's just me. If I was just taking the money lines in this, I would just take the Packers. But this is a game where, in my opinion, it can go either way because the Dolphins are trying to get to 500. They know how important this is, a must-win. So maybe they do nut up, play well in the cold. I don't know. But I do know the Packers have a better run game, in my opinion, with their running back with Jacobs.
Mm-hmm.
Love is a better quarterback, in my opinion. Now, do they have the better coach? I think it's a toss-up between the two, LaFleur and the Dolphins coach. So I want to lean Packers, but something says maybe the Dolphins win this one.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a toss-up game. I couldn't be mad at anybody taking the Dolphins. I've just been I'm a fan of the Packers. I think the Packers can make a deep playoff run, especially after last season. How good they did. They're very improved over there, and I think LaFleur might be the better, just slightly better coach than McDaniels. Sometimes McDaniels, he does have some good sneaky little plays, but those are not going to work in this cold weather. I don't think this week. So we'll see though. But this is the best game we have, and I'm glad it's at night. Thanksgiving night. We'll be with the fam, eating good. I will probably be in Vegas though, so we'll see.
I'll see you there.
Yes, sir. So yeah, the moment everybody's been waiting for, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just get straight to it. Best bets of this week, and I got 3 good ones for you. Hopefully, another 3-0 week for me on the show. Tennessee -10. Now, this is a rival. This is rivalry week in college football. Tennessee is laying 10 on the road at Vanderbilt, over another 48 in the hook. And reasons being I like Tennessee is they can't mess around this game. They need to win this game to get into the college football playoff. And what better way to do it in Tennessee against your rival? There will be a lot of Tennessee fans there as well. It won't just be all Vandy fans. So I like Tennessee. I like them first half. I like them full game to cover this 10. I know it's senior night for the Vanderbilt Commodores, but it's not going to work. I'm sorry. Pavia, he's a great quarterback. He showed toughness this season. They had 2 great upsets this year, but the last 2 weeks they haven't been playing well, and I think that continues here. Tennessee is primed and ready. I know they have a freshman quarterback, but they need to get in the playoffs. So I like Tennessee -10 there. Wisconsin money line. So I'm giving you this game just because Wisconsin needs a bowl game, ladies and gentlemen. They're at home, and what better way to do it on senior night? Now I know Wisconsin, they fired their OC, but they fired him last week, so they already got a game out of the way. They know what they're doing now with this offense. I know Minnesota has a great defense, but what are they playing for? They're only playing to spoil someone else's season. I don't see that happening here. This will be a tight game. Both these teams play a lot of defense. This should be an under game. I see Wisconsin winning this game by a late field goal to get into a bowl game. Next game, we're going NFL here. Atlanta Falcons +1.5. So I do like Atlanta to win this game. I like a money line. But let's just take the points. Hopefully it goes up to 2 and I get more value. Reasons being, Dobbins is out. But before I even say that, I like this game before that, even if Dobbins was in. Reasons being, going on the road here, Chargers. Falcons coming off of a bye. I like the Falcons. They're coming off 2 straight losses, I believe. They're hungry. They're still in a wild card slot. They're in that terrible division that they should win. So give me the Falcons here, man. This should be a game they should be up for. Chargers can't run the ball, so Falcons know they just got to stop the pass from Herbert. Get some pass rush. I know Falcons pass rush is not that good, but hey, drop something this week off the bye week. You guys had time to prepare. So give me the Falcons at home in the dome in an upset. All right. Those are my best bets for the week. We'll review them shortly. What you got, Jack? I see you got a parlay of the week.
Yeah, we got a parlay of the week because fight of the week isn't happening. UFC is not till next weekend. So we're going to draw something up. First, simple. Colorado coming off of a loss. They got to win this game, so they're going to win this game. I mean, it's minus 800. You might as well take it, throw it on the parlay. I think it's obvious. They got 2 more games really left for this unit, not counting the bowl game. So they're going to go out, with it swinging the right way because they got Shador going to the NFL. They got Travis Hunter going to the NFL. It's going to be a different team next year, so they're going to go out on the right note. I think that's obvious. I got Tennessee on the money line just in case. Why not? Pretty much the same exact explanation that YVK had. I mean, Vanderbilt, look, they can anchor down, but they're not going to stop this team. Tennessee's going to the college football playoff. Vanderbilt is not really going anywhere after this. They had their upsets already. They're not going to pull another Bama here and beat Tennessee. So that's obvious in my opinion. Now the game, Bengals, money line them minus 155. It's early in the morning on Sunday, so we're going to figure out by noon, by the middle of the day. Look, they just came off that heartbreaking loss to the Chargers. I was there and crying in the sports book when it happened. But you know what? They went on the bye, got it together. They know they can't lose a game, or else they lose T. Higgins anyway, right? So they got to go out swinging. Steelers, look, I think this team is due for a couple of losses. I think they've been riding high, skating by on some of these wins that they had with Justin Fields and a couple with Russell Wilson. I don't think the quarterback is the flaw here. I think there's other things. Now, it still is a good defense. Don't get me wrong. It still got a great coach. Don't get me wrong there either. But again, this is a scenario where it's not like the better coach, better quarterback as a unit to pick. I think Joe Burrow is on a mission. I think whatever Bengals team did together this past week, meeting or whatever, I'm sure they figured out whatever that is they need to do. And I'm going to tell everybody, I have 100% faith in Jamar Chase. He's proven it to me this year that he's legit. So I'm willing to put my money where my mouth is and put it on him. Plus 134, why not?
Nice parlay there. I like that. Yeah, I agree with you on that Bengals pick too as well. Seems like Pittsburgh is going to be a public dog by Sunday. So it's always not good to bet on underdogs because they don't like giving up plus money. So if it's heavy money on underdogs, you guys got to be aware of that. Love that parlay. I'm going to go over my best bets. Tennessee minus 10, Wisconsin money line, Atlanta plus 1.5. Then we got Jack coming through with the parlay here. We got Colorado and Tennessee money line parlay with Bengals money line at plus 134 odds. There you go. That's best bets. Thanks taking show, not giving. We're taking from the books this week. Anything you want to leave the people with before we get out of here?
Happy Thanksgiving. Kiss your babies. Say hi to your family. Love them. Yeah. Get ready for 2025. It's money year.
Money year is on the way. We're going to end the year off with getting some more money. So this is not financial advice. Yeah. Nah, I don't judge. Eat how you gonna eat, keep it legit. And please don't bother me, rather in advance. Or you hit the lottery, buy new commodities.